49ers update here from Alamo Square in San Francisco. Deebo Samuel said on Kay Adams' show that the 49ers starters plan to play for at least part of the game against the Rams on Sunday. So Brock Purdy may not be done yet padding his record, 4,280 passing yards for the 49ers this season. But Deebo said that it's important for the 49ers to not get too rusty because it's essentially a 3-week gap in between meaningful games for the 49ers. The next one is coming in the divisional round of the playoffs here in the Bay Area. 49ers have earned that 1 seed and the home field advantage that comes along with it. But I wouldn't expect to see a full game of the 49ers starters against the Rams, although the Rams are still playing for the 6th seed, and the 6th seed might have an easier path than the 7th seed because the 6th seed might get to go to Detroit instead of Dallas. So I think that you'll see Matthew Stafford and all those guys on the other side. Just for the entertainment value of this game, I think that this is good news, right? You'll see at least a little bit of the 49ers top guys, and you'll probably see a lot of the Rams top guys on Sunday. And it could be a playoff preview as well. Back to Brock Purdy and those 4,280 yards, a new 49ers single-season franchise record. Here's some perspective. Realize that Purdy posted that record on only 444 attempts. For perspective, Jeff Garcia, 4,278 yards, the former record holder, did that on over 560 attempts. So more than 100 attempts above Brock Purdy to get to about the same number. For perspective, if Purdy had thrown the same amount of passes as Jeff Garcia did in 2000 when Garcia broke that record, Brock Purdy would have over 5,300 passing yards this season. The single season record is Peyton Manning in 2013 with 5,400 passing yards. So what Brock Purdy is doing this year on a team that has a run-first philosophy is insane. Brock Purdy broke the 49ers single season passing record, a franchise that's featured Joe Montana, Steve Young, and Jeff Garcia. Brock Purdy broke that passing record on a run-first team. The yards per attempt, if you extrapolated it over 560, it would be over 5,000 passing yards, over 5,300. So the superlatives keep on coming in. Most accurate deep passing season in documented NFL history, most efficient intermediate season in documented NFL history, one of the most efficient short game seasons ever. He's quick as hell. He's got athleticism. He's got the arm strength. You know, one point about Brock Purdy that I should make here this morning is that he makes the cross hash outside the number throw look so easy that casual observers think that I think they'll say, okay, the schematics made that happen. Kyle Shanahan made that happen. The receivers made that happen. It's actually Brock Purdy made it happen because he's making the throw so easy. People have this false preconceived notion that he doesn't have a strong arm. And because of that, that's embedded in their head. And then they see a beautiful crosshash throw, one of the toughest throws in football with the field being 53 1/3 yards wide. They'll see that and they'll just immediately credit somebody else instead of Brock Purdy. But when you see the numbers, when you see the tape, when you see the results, right, in the win-loss column, which have obviously been very good for the 49ers, as they have this number 1 seed, you realize that crediting Brock Purdy is the only logical way to go. All right, good morning from San Francisco. I'm off for a beautiful day here in the city. It is splashed in sun. I think maybe more rain coming in a little bit. We'll see how rainy January ends up being in San Francisco. I know the El Nino pattern is coming through this year. Typically that makes it more wet in Southern California, not Northern California, but you know how weather is. It's not going to be exact. And the January rain is obviously going to be significant if there is, or even if there isn't rain, because the 49ers are set to host 2 playoff games here, assuming they could win that first divisional round game against whomever the opponent may be. Again, it might be the Rams. Might see a little preview of that this weekend at Levi's Stadium. All right, everybody, we'll talk soon.